fabulous products and our very generous compensation plan. We're also going to outline why the timing is perfect to be getting started right now, and also the specific steps of what you need to do in order to get started with us straight away. So again, what we say is be ready to pay attention and to learn. Have a pen and paper, write down anything that is of interest to you, and just be patient as we go through, because we will explain it. We would ask again that you don't disturb the presentation, because you're going to have all of your questions answered. Now, what we're going to do first up, very much our company is results driven with our products and our business. And the best way for you to get a sense of that is to hear from some successful people that are already working with our company. And first, we're going to hear from John Van Newton. Thanks, John.
Well, this is Executive President team member John Van Newton. My background before Herbalife is I was a private fitness trainer in Beverly Hills, California. My employee introduced me to the product. Well, today I'm so grateful that she gave me the product, because 7 days later, I needed 2 hours less sleep, no more nap, quit my chocolate habit. When I tried some of the other products, I lost 5 kilos body fat in 5 days. But for me, it was the energy that was amazing, and I knew that I was going to be on the product for the rest of my life. For years, I was quite happy to do Herbalife as a hobby on the side, and it was an extra 4,000 to 8,000 ringgit a month. In a 2.5-year period, I built my Herbalife income from 4,000 ringgit a month to 40,000 ringgit a month part-time. That allowed me to walk away from the fitness industry, and a year and a half later, I reached the president team. Today, with my wife, we have a wonderful lifestyle. We earn well over $200,000 a year. We're very excited about the future of Herbalife. We're very excited about what's going to happen with the company's mission now, and wish you the best of luck and enjoy the rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Thanks very much, John. Now we're going to hear from Marissa in Malaysia.
Hi, my name is Marissa. I'm from Malaysia. 2 years ago, I was in the business, starting my business of travel agency and restaurant. Then I came across of this company's website and decided to start right away. Thank God to the company's support system and all the training that they always give. Now I'm able to work on my own. And right now I have a stable income. Last month my income is about 3,000 USD. And now I hope all of you guys out there to enjoy the presentation. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Marissa. And now we're going to hear from our friend Sangram in India.
Yeah, hi, this is Sangram Pushti. I'm in Calcutta in India right now. And 11 years back, I was looking for an opportunity when I was working in merchant navy. And I wanted to work from home. I saw this kind of presentation, and it instantly attracted me. I got started thanks to the training and support system from the company, from the work from home system. I replaced my salary within 7 months of working with the company for $2,500 US. And within 1.5 years, I started making over $4,000. Right now, I'm in a fantastic lifestyle and a great house and drive my own car, stay with family, work around my family, and it's been a fantastic journey. I just pay attention to this presentation today, and it can help you change your life.
Thanks very much, Sangram. And really what you hear from those three people is that it's truly an international business. And you know what? We're all just regular, everyday people that have actually found this opportunity. Very, very exciting. Okay, now, this is a question for you. If you're a guest, and even if you're working with us already, what you want to be doing is asking the question, how much money do you want to earn? And it could be part-time, it could be full-time. It's really going to depend on what it is that you want. It will also depend on your work ethic and how well you can focus and follow through. Very important. A lot of the people that start working with us, as you can see there, do start on a part-time basis and do that very successfully within a 12-month period. And somebody doing that, you can earn anywhere from a couple of $100s a month right through to $1,000 to $2,000 a month or even more if you want to do some more work. No problem. You might also want to upgrade to full-time, maybe within a 12-month period. Really just depends, because we do know that some people have a level of dissatisfaction with their income and also with their health. So again, you're going to decide with your coach what sort of an action plan is going to be required to give you the sort of income that you're looking for. But firstly, let's have a look at the industry which is best for you. And Thomas Edison, many years ago, made this fantastic prediction. He said the next billionaires will be educators in the wellness industry. In other words, helping people be more healthy. And if you really think about it, everything revolves around trends and timing. And those two things do tell a story. If we go back to, the 1950s, after the World War, when things were settling down around the world, people were then starting to have families, and there was a great big boom on baby food. 10 years later, in the 1960s, those same people were obviously, growing up, and I remember when fast food was first introduced here in Australia, and it really did change the eating habits of the world. As those people then got older, back into the 1970s, obviously they needed to be mobile. So first thing they do, obviously, is get a motor car. Then a little bit later, those same people getting married, then needing to buy a house, settling down, more family. Then, of course, that was in the 80s and the 90s. Everybody remembers when personal computers and the internet was introduced. Totally life-changing. And, through to the 2000s, those same people are getting older. Maybe they have enough money put aside. But guess what's most important to them at that point? What's most important is actually looking after their health and actually staying on the planet for as long as they want to, but with a great quality of life and lots of energy. So we're going to introduce our company. We're very proud to introduce our company, which is Herbalife International. Now, we've been trading for 31 years, and what that means is that we're not an experimental company. We've stood the test of time. We now have over 65 million satisfied customers in 78 countries, and we are a genuine world leader in wellness. We are the #1 in weight management, and we're also publicly listed on the New York Stock Exchange, which means that we're open to public scrutiny. Now, all great companies have dynamic leaders, and we're very fortunate to have Michael O. Johnson as our Chief Executive Officer. Now, Michael came to us after having 17 years at the Disney Corporation. He was the chap actually responsible for introducing music TV, MTV, and he's absolutely, totally passionate about taking good nutrition and our business opportunity around the world. So we're absolutely thrilled to have Michael as our CEO. But also it's very important with our products that we have the best products available in the world. And for that purpose, we have a very significant medical and scientific board. There's a couple of these chaps that I do want to mention to you. The person on the left is Dr. David Heber. And he's just been voted one of the best doctors in the USA. In fact, it's not the first time that he's actually been voted that several times. He heads up and is chairman of the Herbalife Medical Advisory Board. He's also very interestingly, one of several positions contracted by the US government to fight obesity. So we're very proud to have David as the head of our medical board. The gentleman in the middle there, it's not Dr. Phil, as somebody suggested a little while ago. His name is Dr. Lou Ignarro. He's a very eminent physician. He was actually awarded a Nobel Prize in 1998 for his work with heart health and medicine. And the interesting thing about Lou Ignarro, Dr. Lou Ignarro, is that he actually approached us. He wanted to work with us. He'd done some work in the area of heart health and physiology. He was very keen to share what he knew, and he could see Herbalife as a fantastic vehicle that he could reach more people. We also have the Marquis Cellular and Molecular Nutrition Lab on the campus at UCLA. What this means is that we have ongoing research and development to make sure that we stay at the cutting edge of development. And what that means is that our products are indeed unmatched in the marketplace. Also, just to further demonstrate the strength of our company, we actually started in 1980, and it took us 16 years through to 1996 to turn over our first $1 billion annually. That's in 1 year. It was only then another 8 years to 2004 to get to our second billion, then another 2 years to get through to our third billion, and last year we're very proud that we actually achieved 4.3 billion. That's 4,300 million in turnover. And that's quite staggering. Our target for this year, we're absolutely on track, is to achieve US $5 billion in turnover. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we've had a global financial crisis over the last couple of years. So I don't know of any other company that has experienced that sort of growth. The other interesting thing is that going back to September 2009, our share price on the New York Stock Exchange was just over $12. Very recently, our share price went to $116. The company has now split those shares. Don't worry too much about what that means, but we're trading at about $57, $58. It just means that more people can now invest in our company, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, all around the world, this is actually a global problem. And, you know, you can tell just by walking through shopping centres, having a look at people that you know, that we have a global problem of obesity. According to the World Health Organization, 70% of all premature deaths are due to heart attack or heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes. And 50% of these are all diet related. So it means that if we can get better nutrition into our bodies, we can avoid some of these premature deaths. And also, very interestingly, 70 to 80% of all doctors' visits are due to a lack of nutrition. Did you know that a third of the world population is overweight? 1/3 is underweight. That's 4 billion people and increasing. And the rest need great nutrition and more energy. Now for some good news, folks. We've got 2 winning systems that can help you to change these things. Firstly, our complete work-from-home system, which is powered by recruitsystem.com. And for those of you that do end up working with us, you will have access to this system too. In fact, what we're sharing with you tonight with this webinar is part of our system. It's a brilliant system. So we've got Recruit System plus our work from home. And what that means is that you're going to be happy working from home. You can see that little cartoon on the right-hand side. Looks a bit like me. He's nice and slim, and he's definitely happy. The other second part of it is that we have a terrific corporate system powered by Herbalife International. And what we've got with that is unique consumable products in a very much expanding market. We also have an extremely generous marketing plan, and as I've mentioned before, we do have outstanding leadership. Put all of this together and it means that we can work smarter and have more time to relax on the beach. Very interesting. Here's the thing, for things to change, you need to change. The reality is that if we keep doing what we've always been doing and expect a different result, that's probably a good definition of insanity. And, you know, here's the thing. Would you sit in a traffic jam and a crowded office day in, day out if you didn't have to? I don't think so. And, you know, now globally, more people are turning to bona fide, genuine work-from-home business systems in order to create a better income and a lifestyle. And all you really need, it's very simple, is access to a computer, a willingness to learn, and a desire to make money. You also need to be a good student and, you know, be a nice person as well. It definitely helps. This is the situation for most people. A lot of people are facing this. A lot of people are working full-time hours, mainly from 9 o'clock till 5 p.m. And then because there's too much money, at the end of the money, they need to get a part-time job and maybe work from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock. You know, what this results in is people that are tired, stressed, and it's just not a happy life, never seeing your family. So the question for each of you, how long do you want to follow this direction in your lifestyle? Because if you don't work your own plan. You're going to work your boss's plan. So what you do need is you definitely need your own plan. And we're going to show you how you can incorporate our business around your existing circumstances. Some facts about today's world. Very interesting. If you've got a pen and paper, you might want to write some of these down. Did you know that by the time we hit 65, only 5% retire wealthy? You know, what that means is that people can do what they like. They can take their grandkids on holidays. They've paid off their house. They might have paid off a couple of houses. They're debt-free. They can pay all their bills, no problem at all. But the other 95% work for a boss. 5% are still working because they have to. I know that in Australia, costs are rising. You know, people have no choice but to work longer. I know that also with a lot of people's superannuation, it's not giving them what it used to. So they've had to really change their plans. 54% must depend on family or government support to make ends meet. That's more than half. And you definitely do not want to be part of the 36% that are dead. That is not an option. So which statistic do you want to be? Part of the 5% or part of the 95%? And what we can do is actually learn from that 5%. Here's the truth. The wealthy top 5% are business owners earning commissions and profits from selling either a product or a service. And very few of the well-off top 5% are highly educated employees. So moreover, you need to be self-employed in your own business, but working, you know, not on your own, working as part of our team so that we can show you what to do. Now just imagine if you had these two gentlemen promoting your business. This is exactly what we've got. Michael O. Johnson, our Chief Executive, has done a magnificent job. He's been highly successful in negotiating sponsorships and branding. So we have David Beckham and we also have Lionel Messi. David Beckham playing with LA Galaxy. Everybody knows his face. Lionel Messi, #1 football player in the world, 2009 and 10. And you know, the truth is that he could afford any product that he wanted. The reality is that he chooses our products on and off the field because he loves them. So we have many, many other sporting groups, over 100 in fact, and individuals that we've sponsored that are actually promoting the Herbalife brand. I think that's a big plus. But you know, the star of the show is definitely our product, and we're going to have a look at what our products do very briefly. We refer to this really as the ultimate fast food because it's quick and easy to get it into your body. It's fast food for smart, intelligent people, and you can get it into your body quickly so that you feel the difference. You know, you can use these products to lose weight. You can use it to gain muscle. You know, once you've lost your weight, you can use it to maintain your weight, which is such a big key because many things show you how to lose it, but then they don't show you how to keep it off, which is just absolutely important. But you know, also every day people want health, they want energy, they want vitality, and we've got it. If you look at the nutritional components of our product, just have a look at this. Vitamin A more than a mango, vitamin C more than a banana, the protein, you know, more protein than 62 grams of chicken thigh, more fiber than 50 grams of broccoli, more calcium than 200 grams of yogurt, and more iron than 115 grams of beans. Now, you wouldn't have that for breakfast, would you? It'd be too hard. But you're getting that when you have your Herbalife shake, having a healthy Herbalife breakfast each morning. And it's for all ages, young to middle to old. I've got a 5-year-old Matthew who's actually been making his own shake since he was 5 years old. So it's not difficult to do, and he absolutely loves it. But you know, really, the most important thing is for us to be sharing stories from people who are actually using the products. And this is where you really get a sense of what's happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call on some people. Firstly, I'm going to call on my friend Joanna, who I am yet to meet, but I've heard her share her magnificent story many times. So Joanna, I'm going to hand over to you right now, and if you could please share your story.
Okay, thank you so much, Kevin. We are looking forward to meet you as well. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Joanna. I'm actually from Singapore, but based in Malaysia right now. I met Herbalife 7 years ago. I wasn't looking for business, but I have a weight problem. I was trying to lose weight. I met my boyfriend. He introduced me to Herbalife. I lost 10 kgs in the first 3 months without exercising. Total 13 kgs now. I kept it off for 7 years. I'm 43 years old and I feel great, and I'm still using the product every single day, at least as healthy breakfast. Now, because of my great product results, people around me start asking me what happened. And as a customer, I start earning part-time income and I say this is a great opportunity. So when Malaysia opened in 2006, I gave up my job as a human resource professional to come over to Malaysia to work as a wellness coach together with my boyfriend. So I followed the system, and we use this amazing internet system to help us to build our business around the world. I just came back from India, and this is amazing business for everybody, and it is very easy. Just follow your coach. So I hope to see everybody, and thank you so much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks very much, Joanna. It was fantastic to hear your story. And look, what I might do, I might just go straight to Angelo. I know he's hopefully sitting right there next to you. But if we can have Angelo, and I'm just going to pull up his story. And I'm going to hand the microphone over to you now, Angelo.
Okay, thank you very much, Kevin, and good evening, everybody. Well, ladies first, Joanna already told a little bit, but I just realized today I'm really so thankful for the person who introduced me this opportunity now more than 17 years ago. We just had a tremendous day playing on golf. Other people need to go working, sitting at traffic jam, and we just go and play golf weekday. What a fantastic life we had. Before Herbalife, I used to work in the IT line. I've been employed for many years, but I've been working for 13 years in the IT line. I got a good income, I got a good job, I have no weight problem, I didn't have any health issues. However, the future didn't look that exciting. The company started retrenching more and more people. I started worrying about my own future. Well, luckily, really, a good friend of mine introduced me to this opportunity, and this changed my life. I could turn over my life completely. I started working from home part-time first for the first 3 months. I started learning how this work has to be done. It's so simple, and in my 4th month I went full-time. I started using the internet to build up my international business also. I got business in Singapore, so 7 years ago I changed from Europe. I went to Singapore. I spent 2 years in Singapore. Now more than 5 years in Malaysia. Now just tonight I did another business in Italy with the internet, sitting here in Malaysia. I am very excited. And a lot of work is on different ways, even without the internet. And my income starts growing with all the free time, with all the fun, with all the traveling, what we will do. My income is still around $10,000 every month. I am very excited. And congratulations to you all to be online tonight. And back to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Angelo. I feel as though we're nearly related because you're Swiss and my wife, Rennie, is Swiss, and I'm just going to hand the microphone over to Rennie to share her story.
Thanks, Kevin. When I got started with Herbalife, I've actually lost 12 kilos over a 3-month period, but more important for me, I've lost all my cellulite as well, and I've just got so much more energy than what I used to have. I used to catch every cold and flu that was around, every virus would get me, and I'd have hay fever in spring on top of that. So now my immune system is so strong that really nothing can bother me. We even have our children using the product as well, and they're experiencing just that they're not getting sick when all the other kids at school are being home with colds and flus here in Australia.
Thanks, Rennie. And my background is travel and tourism. I got started as a customer through a very good friend of mine, and I saw her lose about 20 kilos. In fact, almost didn't recognise. I hadn't seen her for about a year. And I just said to her, Belle, I know you, I like you, and I trust you. What have you done? And she said, I'm using these magnificent Herbalife products. I got started, I lost 8 kilograms in 7 weeks, a couple of inches from around the tummy. I could not believe my energy. My energy went from about a 2 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. I came off all medication for chronic back and neck pain, had a clear head. I just felt fantastic, and the first thing that I wanted to do was to share these products with the people that I love the most, which was my family. And my 9-year-old son, Christopher, got started. He lost some weight. He lost 2.5 kilos in 3 weeks. Felt fantastic. I got my mum started. She gained 8 kilos in 9 weeks because she was too thin. We then realised that there was a business as well. The truth was that we had a boat charter operation that was losing money. And I remember coming home from work one day saying to Rennie, I had 4 people today ask me for these products. We need to look at this as a business to get some cash flowing. We did that. We made just under $300 in our first week. That figure went to just under $3,000 in our first month, and we had no idea what we were doing. We were just genuinely excited about the products, and we knew that we'd found something and we had hope. We put a plan in place. We've always had a good work ethic and a discipline. We've now got our income up over $13,000 a month, and every single cent is actually earned helping people with their health and also their finances. So we're very, very passionate. We're very, very excited about these products. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to my friend Bjorn. And Bjorn, I'm just bringing up your overhead here, and I'm going to hand the microphone over to you now.
Okay, I hope that you can hear me clearly. This is Bjorn Froman. I am from Sweden, and I got into this business 16 years ago. And it was a pretty crazy story. I used to be a donut salesman. I never in my life thought I would be working with something to make people healthy. I've now been traveling around the world using this product as a source of income, at the same time doing what I always wanted to do, travel the world, live in new countries, meet new friends. At the moment I'm living in north of Thailand. And today is a good proof that working from home is a good idea, because it's a super flood here. The rivers increased with about 1.5 meters in just 24 hours, and nobody can get anywhere. And I'm surrounded by water, but I'm working from home, and it's pretty cool. Instead of selling donuts making $1,000 a month, the last 7-8 years I've been able to average $20,000 a month. I'm not even 40, and they say everything starts after you turn 40, right? So looking forward to that day. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks very much, Bjorn. That was fantastic. And what I'd like to do now is I would like to hand the microphone over to Mr. Eric Depp. I met Eric very briefly on our way to a major training in Bangkok last year at the airport. So, Eric, thank you very much for being on our webinar, and handing the mic over to you now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope so. Well, okay, great. I'm sure that many of you are interested to turn to our financial situation, I would say, and to be honest with you, today is a good time to start. Now, my name is Eric Depp. I started in the Herbalife about 21 years ago now. I was a student. At that time, to be honest with you, I had no money, no experience. But I had a burning desire to make happen everything around me, working hard if required, no problem. Now, let me tell you, I was introduced to Herbalife. I went to a special training, and this is where I remember they gave me all the basics of the Herbalife business. And in the first 6 days, I made $500. Now imagine $500 in 6 days, starting from scratch. I was excited. Now working, learning, putting in action what I learned from the leadership team of Herbalife. My income after 9 months like the one we had about 2 weeks ago in Korea, amazingly, a year after, I think of 28, I was making about 13,500 US dollars a month. And trust me, at that time, I decided to do it full time, and amazingly, this is what I'm doing for the last 21 years. Herbalife today, helping people around me, traveling the world on my pace. I have, I would say, complete freedom of what exactly I want to do. Last month, I would say it was not a great month. I live in Malaysia. We have the festivities, the Ramadan, the Raya, and it was not a great month for me. But still so, the company last month paid me over 19,500 US dollars. Not too bad for a bad month, alright? Now, I'm traveling the world today, and we are here to give you a chance for you to take this opportunity to learn about it and to work it out for you and your family. So I wish all of you a great luck, and it's back to you now, Kevin. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thanks very much, Eric. That's an amazing story, and we appreciate you sharing. It's wonderful. Okay, so let's have a look at what you need to do to get started. All of these people that you heard from have actually got started with less than $300. And what happens is that you get what we call an international business pack. And it's not a lot of money to get started. You'll get an ID number, and you'll actually get a license to do business in 78 countries. But because it's not very much to get started, sometimes people may not treat it always that seriously. So what I recommend, imagine that you paid $100, $200, $300,000 for this business. Do you think you would treat it more seriously? I think you would. So just also please remember that with all of these people that have shared their product results and their health stories and their business stories, the products we don't claim the products cure anything. They are not curative at all. It's just giving the body good nutrition so the body can heal. And with the business, you need to do some work to get some income happening. It's a genuine business. So how do we get paid? Very, very simply. Now with this, there are no salaries, but commission. Commission is much better, and it's very simple. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. So there we can see you, and you get started, you use the products, you develop your own belief and trust, and then you start to share your results, and you develop some consumers or retail customers. Maybe over a period of a few weeks or months, you develop 10, 15, maybe 20 customers over a period of time. But the reality is that you can only look after so many customers. I think all of us on the webinar tonight have only got one head, 2 arms, 2 legs. There's only so much that we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to develop a team of partners, and each of those partners are also looking after maybe 10, 15, 20 consumers. And then what the company will do, they will actually step in. Now initially on your consumers, you're going to get paid a profit of somewhere between 25 to 50%. So if you imagine that you've got 10 clients that purchase a $100 program from you per month at the 50% discount level, you're going to earn an extra $500 US by taking care of these customers. And when you get your team of partners happening, of course, yes, you'll get some royalties and bonuses, anywhere from 5 to 11% on your entire team revenue. And also, if you really do some work, you can also qualify for some free vacations, which is very exciting. Okay, so now you want to really pay attention. How much do you want to earn? And this is important that you decide this first, because this is actually going to determine what you need to put into action to achieve that. So, again, you've got a situation there. You can get started part-time, maybe over the next 12 months, just doing a little bit of part-time. The question that you need to ask yourself is, if you were earning an extra $200 a month, what would you spend it on? Or as maybe a supervisor, an extra $7,000 to $1,000 plus, what would that mean for you and your family? Would it mean that you could, I don't know, maybe the ladies could have their own account that is their dress account, that they're not accountable to anybody but themselves? That would be exciting, I'm sure, for a lot of ladies on the webinar. Or, you know, maybe being a world team member, an extra 1,000 to 2,000, or, you know, whatever it is that you want. You can decide how much you want, put a plan of action into place, and then go for it. You know, the higher incomes, very important, because it means that you've got more control over your lifestyle. You can do more things. In fact, with the higher incomes, the millionaire team and the president's team, more than enough for yourself. You can then look at how you can help others and maybe, you know, put back into your community and make some serious contributions to organizations, church groups, whatever, clubs, so that you can, you know, really start to put back. So, when you understand what you've got your hands on, this becomes very exciting, because just imagine if, with the 78 countries around the world that we operate in, and by the way, there are more countries that will be opened up over the next 3, 4, 5 years, but imagine if you had officers and staff all around the world that pay your team on time and handle their questions. What if the company would ship the products to your client's door? So, for instance, I live in Australia. If I have a customer in India, I can arrange for the company to deliver direct to my customer in India. A very sophisticated and yet simple system. Also a team of experts that develop the best products available. Not the second best, but the absolute best in the world. Also, what if you could be trained by multi-millionaires who would train and motivate you and your team on a daily basis? And you know, the reality is that these trainers have a vested interest in you being successful. Also, in terms of promotion, we've mentioned the likes of David Beckham, Leo Messi, FC Barcelona, advertising our brand. And we all have the same product, same marketing plan and training that produce $1 millionaire every 5 days. So these are the current company statistics. So, you know, we're getting towards the business end of the presentation, and really, if you think about it, a lot of things sound good, don't they? A lot of things sound good. But now it's time for you to decide on the next step, okay? So, let's just think about this. The people who think that this or anything that looks great wouldn't work for them are often people that can't pay their bills at the end of the month. And if those people think that, guess what? They're right. But if you're thinking that this could work for you, and you're thinking that there's an opportunity, and it's definitely going to work, guess what? You're going to be right as well. So what we're looking for are people who are willing to continue when normal people stop. In other words, you're serious about changing your circumstances. So, this is where we are now. We've got persons A. And these are people that are not seeing an opportunity for themselves. So, you know, you've decided that you don't need our team to help you succeed. And I can promise you now that that is absolutely fine with us. However, what we would ask is that you please sign out of the webinar, sign out of the presentation at this point. We do want to thank you for your time. We wish you all the best for the future. We hope you find what you're looking for. But we also personally believe that you now have a responsibility to at least tell others what you've seen tonight with respect to the product stories and also the business, because some of your family or friends may be interested. Now, if you're a B, this is what you've decided. You've decided that it would be great to have a successful team to work with and to learn from. In other words, to help you avoid some mistakes. So what we want to do, we want to congratulate you. This is a brilliant decision. And what we're going to do now, we're going to just, in another minute, we're going to start part 2 of the presentation. But we're going to give you a little time just to crystallize your thinking and actually make the decision on whether you're an A person, which means that you need to leave the webinar room now, or if you are a B category and would like to hear about the next step. So as we ponder your decision, Let's look at three very famous and successful people. So firstly, Napoleon Hill. Successful people decide fast and don't change their mind. Is that you? Unsuccessful people decide slow and often change their mind. Or Donald Trump, business entrepreneur, extraordinary. The average person's best chance to earn an above average income is by joining a wellness company that is involved in direct sales. So your opportunity is to join the best direct sales company in the wellness industry, Herbalife International. Jim Rohn, the great and the late Jim Rohn. Your income is directly influenced by the people that you spend your time with. So with this knowledge, you can take a step towards the higher income today just by joining a team of high earners. Very interesting. So who are you associating with? So if you're still with us now, we want to say congratulations. You have made a great decision. And just over the next 5 minutes, we're going to be completing the webinar. The part 2 is for people that are serious about changing their financial situation. And you know what? It is important to understand this. You actually know what it means to have your own business. Let's look at it. What it means is that we're bringing value to the marketplace. It's about results. So your income is based on your own effort. And you can work when you want. Now, it doesn't mean you're lazy because you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a very good plan, producing results and working with your coach. But you can work where you want. We've heard tonight that, we've got people from all different countries. We had Eric, who's originally from France, Angelo, originally from Switzerland, Joanna from Singapore. Incredible. You can actually work where you want, develop international business, and you can work with who you want. I really loved that when I saw it because it meant that I could actually select the people that I wanted to work with. And all businesses do start with an investment, and the next couple of minutes, we're going to help you to understand that better. Okay. Let's look at what it means to have a coach. So your coach is going to show you the money. In other words, your coach is going to guide and support you and give you some key distinctions on how you can get to your destination faster. So, to be successful, you need a support system and a coach. Now, your coach is already doing what he or she will teach you to do. So, they're going to personally show you what they do every step of the way. And thanks to your coach, you're going to be able to meet a lot of successful people that will also support you. These are people with a common mission and vision. And, what we're doing is we're changing the nutritional habits of the world by providing the best products and the best business. And your coach will introduce you to the most important steps in our success system, like this online system and other offline systems, what we call face-to-face systems where you can actually interact with people, which are very exciting also. And we do have a unique system, unique worldwide support system to support you in each country with trainings and events. And we do have some of the best leaders in the world to support you. That is absolutely without doubt. And we believe that we are the best at what we do, and we're going to teach you how you can be great too. So we're going to teach you everything we know, and we're going to teach you everything we learn. Okay, now, question for you. You don't need to write in the chat box, but, if you've ever had a business, you'll know it's expensive to get a business up and running. And we believe that if this was a franchise, it would cost you $500,000. And do you know what? It would be worth every single cent. I know in Australia, there's a restaurant chain with a big M. They charge $1.6 million. You work for them for the first 6 months without pay. How generous? Not. And they're helping people to, I believe, become unhealthy. And also in Australia, there's a very famous thing called a meat pie. And I think some Australians have eaten too many of these big pies. And there's one particular company that charges $250,000 to be able to sell pies. And the question that I have is, how many pies do you need to even get your money back? Unbelievable. So, you know, if this was a university teaching, it would cost you probably $50,000 a year, but, you know, you don't get taught that anyway. There's no personal development really of any significance being taught in our system. If you've ever tried to set up a business on your own, you'd know that that costs you not just money, it costs you time, effort and energy, and there's no guarantee of success. So the great news is that you've been personally invited to this presentation and have actually qualified for the unique opportunity to become a wellness coach for less than $300. Okay, so all you need to do, there are different choices that you can make. And what you do is you decide the plan you want to get started on. All these plans are great, it will depend on you. But plan A, around about $100 basic, but a great start. Plan B, around US 200, is also a very good start, and you're going to get some more products to use for yourself. And plan C around 300 will get you even more products so that you can feel the difference quicker, get more energy, get your weight off quicker, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But each plan includes all the material that you need in order to get started. And, you know, very simply, the B and C include more products, and that's important. But also you have an opportunity to be trained by a Herbalife millionaire. And if you make the decision, if you're someone that can decide quickly and, you know, make that decision to start within the next 48 hours, you're going to receive a free invitation to a special live webinar. And this training creates a new US dollar millionaire every 5 days. So what we're going to do now, we're going to endeavour to send you off a special document which is going to invite you to our live training next Monday night. It will be 8:30 Malaysian time, which I know is also 8:30 in Perth, but if you're in a different country, you do need to you know, check the time. And if you can just please let me know if you are receiving this document, if you can just maybe type in the chat box, yes, I've got it, just so that we know that you've actually got that. Okay, anybody receiving that? Fantastic. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, everybody. That makes me feel good that everybody's got the invitation. So, you know, I just want to say something about the trainings that Recruit System have. If you could really appreciate the caliber of the training that Bjorn has organised. I mean, Bjorn is a genius. He's put together Recruit System. You know, we acknowledge you again for that, Bjorn. And, you know, you really want to take advantage every single Monday. You want to put it in your diary. You're going to pick up experience from people that are producing results. Not just sounding good, but producing results. And that's what this business is all about. It's about helping people with their health and also with their finances. So what we're going to do now is just tell you exactly what you need to do. So very simple 3 steps. All you need to do now to become a Herbalife distributor and wellness coach. Number 1, contact, SMS, call or email the person who invited you now and tell them what plans you want. Plans A, B and C are all great. Whichever one you choose is awesome. Just get started. Accept the invitation to become a Herbalife distributor, and then they will actually take all the steps that they need to get you your international business pack and your product. Third and finally, just let them know how you want to pay, whether it's credit or debit card, wire transfer, whatever. Sort that out, get it sorted so that we can have you on the team as quickly as possible. I want to thank everybody for being a part of this webinar tonight, and I wish you all a good morning or a good afternoon or a good evening, depending on where you are in the world, and look forward to seeing you on Monday night for our Recruit System training. Thanks very much, everybody, and good night.